All right, guys, got a video I've been trying to put together for a while now. It's called My Five Favorite Mets. All right, let's get to it. So, any self respecting Mets fan has to count Tom Seaver as the greatest Met of all time. He had 198 of his 311 career wins with the Mets. He's a Hall of Famer, three-time Cy Young Award winner in 69, 73, and 75. My opinion, should have had a fourth in 1972. Go ahead, look at the statistics there, look at the voting. Not really sure how he didn't win that one, but hey, definitely deserved it, and was also 1967 Rookie of the Year. Pitched for the Mets from 67 to 77 when he was traded to the Reds, and then was traded back to the Mets for the 1983 season. I mean, he's called the franchise for a reason. Uh, Played a little bit before my time, even in 1983 was before I'd started following the Mets. So he's not going to be included in my top five. All right. My five favorite Mets. Coming in at number five, Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza was acquired in the trade with the Marlins on May 22nd, 1998. After briefly playing with the Marlins, he was traded there from the Dodgers. The trade to the Mets gave them a legitimate shot at playoff run. All the previous years, the Braves were dominating the division. They still won the division, but we were able to, compete with them. And then in 1999, Mets broke through, made it to the playoffs, lost to the Braves in the LCS. And then in 2000, we made it all the way to the World Series, where we lost the Subway Series against the Yankees. Piazza played through the 2005 season with the Mets. He had 220 home runs and a 915 OPS. In 99, he was number 7 in MVP votes. 2000, he was number 3 in MVP. And in his time, he won 5 Silver Slugger awards. Unfortunately, in the 99 playoffs, when we lost to the Braves, he did struggle. He had only a 182 average and 1 home run in the 8 games of the playoffs. Turned that around in 2000. He had a 1.045 OPS with 6 doubles and 4 home runs in the 14 games. That was for a wild card, LCS, and the World Series. And of course, he had the legendary home run on September 21st, 2001 to put the Mets ahead in the 8th inning against Atlanta. That was the first game played in New York after the 9/11 incident in 2001. Really united the crowd there. All the players are wearing the police department hats and fire department and Port Authority gear to represent first responders. Definitely a big moment in Mets history. Number 4 on my list, Darryl Strawberry. One of the guys I was playing when I first started following the Mets. Love that team. Love that team in the mid-'80s. He was the number 1 overall pick in the 1980 draft. Played with the Mets from 83 to 1990, and then he signed with the LA Dodgers. Strawberry won the 1983 Rookie of the Year award, and he was the Mets' all-time home run leader until 2025 when Pete Alonso broke his record. In his time with the Mets, he had 252 home runs and 733 RBIs. He hit 2 home runs in the 86 championship series and then 1 in the World Series. With the Mets, he was a 7-time All-Star. Anyone who was a Mets fan or even a baseball fan around that time knows how great Darryl Strawberry was. He broke the Mets single-season home run record in 1987 or 88 with his 39 home runs. And his batting stance and swing was one that was imitated millions of times in pickup games and kids just goofing around. Really iconic swing. Number 3, maybe a little controversial pick, I don't know, but definitely one of my favorite Mets of all time, Jose Reyes. This guy was electric on the field. It was just so fun to watch and could really do it all out there. He signed in 1999 out of the Dominican Republic at the age of 16. He played his first MLB game the day before his 20th birthday, and he played with the Mets from the first time around, played with them from 2003 to 2011. In 2006 NL MVP voting, he was number 7th, and he won the 2011 NL batting title with a .337 batting average. He led the National League in stolen bases 3 times, and in his Mets career, he had 408 steals. He led the NL in triples 4 times, and he had 65 triples from 2005 to 2008. If you're watching games around that time, you know the most exciting play in baseball was the Reyes triple, where he would hit it in the gap or down the line, and as soon as he hit first base, he was thinking the triple, and he just put it in another gear. The guy was one of the faster base runners you'll ever see, and it was just an exciting thing to watch. Unfortunately, after 2011 season, he signed with the Marlins. Everyone was upset with that, especially me. But he did return to the Mets in 2016 for 3 years, and he played 315 more games with the Mets until 2018. Number 2 on the list, Jacob deGrom, the Grominator. This guy was lights out. Came up with the floppy hair, made the team unexpectedly, and winded up winning the Rookie of the Year in 2014. He was initially drafted by the Mets in the 9th round of the 2010 draft, but he was a shortstop, and then eventually turned to pitcher, converted to pitcher, came up with the Mets in 2014. Eventual 2-time Cy Young winner in 2018 and 2019, where he just dominated statistically without really being on a good team at all. And you look at his win totals from that year, and there was a lot of debate on whether it was deserving, but I mean, you just look at the rest of his numbers. He had a 1.7 ERA and 269 strikeouts in 217 innings in 2018, and was just flat out dominant. He just didn't get the wins. He was clutch in postseason starts. He was 4-1 in 5 postseason starts. Most of that came in the 2015 playoffs, where the Mets went to the World Series and lost. And to tie it in with him deserving the Cy Young awards, I mean, this guy never got run support. It's a inside joke among Mets fans that to say a pitcher got deGrom, where he'll shut them out for 8 innings, 14 strikeouts, and maybe 1 run and lose like a 1-0 game. That happened over and over again to the point where, he got a nickname for that type of performance. His 2021 season was looking like it was going to be an all-time great pitching season, although he went down in injury about halfway through. After 92 innings, he had a 1.08 ERA with 14.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. And he was also getting it done with the bat as well. He had a 364 average at the time. He was trying to guarantee as much run support for himself even that year, and he just went down with an injury. He was able to come back to the Mets late in the 2022 season as we were making a playoff push, and he did win the only game we won in the 22 playoffs against San Diego. After that, he signed a free agent contract with Texas, and he's there ever since. Number one Met on my list of all time, Dwight Gooden. Gooden is the reason I am a Mets fan. I will always say that. Just seeing him pitch when I was really young just made an impact on me. Just the visual appeal of how he threw the ball and how dominant he was at a really young age. He was the 5th overall pick in the 1982 draft out of high school in Tampa, Florida. He won the 1984 Rookie of the Year award, broke the rookie strikeout record with 276 in only 218 innings, and he was also number 2 in Cy Young voting that year at age 19. In 1985, put up just the all-time season in the history of baseball, all-time pitching season. He won the Cy Young Award, won 24 games, and had 16 complete games and 8 shutouts, along with a 1.53 ERA. He actually had fewer strikeouts that year, but just the ability to shut down an opponent. I mean, 1.53 ERA is like the second best ERA in modern times, behind the Bob Gibson season, which led to MLB to lower the mound. So 1.53, even with the disadvantage of a lower mound, just it's crazy. It's crazy. Also, 1986 World Champion, along with Darryl Strawberry. Greatest team of all time, in my opinion. Most of what Gooden accomplished was done in his first couple seasons. Various reasons he kind of fell off a little bit, but a lot of people point to drug usage, which is well documented, but he was also pretty much abused especially by today's standards. By age 25, he had already reached 100 wins. He also had 52 complete games and 19 shutouts in 1,200 innings. That was before he turned age 25. Just a real workhorse, but I think as tempting as it was to keep him out there, keep throwing him out there, and in addition to his own personal struggles that he had, just kind of fell off from there. He pitched for the Mets through the 1994 season, which was shortened by a strike. Totals over his Mets career: 157 wins and 85 losses, 67 complete games, 23 shutouts. He compiled 1,875 strikeouts with a 3.1 ERA. Gooden then retired after the 2000 season, spending some time with the Yankees, Indians, and a little bit with Tampa, and very briefly with Houston. So that's my top 5 Mets, in case y'all are interested.